Welcome to the weekly highlight show for the Meiji Yasuda J1 100-year Vision League. Just like last week, there was another Kokuritsu Day at the National Stadium in Tokyo this weekend. We'll see how Japan's continental representatives got on after a busy week of action in the Asian Champions League competitions. And there was a Kyushu derby between two fierce rivals on the westernmost of Japan's four main islands. Here are all the fixtures for match week 6. The league leaders in the East, Kashima Antlers, hope to extend their 4-game winning streak in a meeting with Kawasaki Frontale. The recently renamed MUFG Stadium played host to a second Kokuritsu Day in 2 weekends, with Tokyo Verde the home side this time against Udawa Reds. It was a clash between two of the original 10 clubs that have been part of the J.League since its inception. Verde went on the attack with a succession of chances in the 11th minute. From a cutback on the right, Koki Morita went for goal first, then Rei Hirakawa picked up the rebound. Verde's early onslaught soon paid off with the first goal of the game 3 minutes later, as the captain Morita sent in a cross for Itsuki Someno. The striker connected perfectly to net his 3rd goal of the season. Reds looked to force their way level as the first half entered additional time, but Takuro Kaneko wasn't quite able to make clean contact with the pass. The away side kept up the pressure early in the second half. In the 51st minute, Takahiro Sekine received the ball inside the box and went for goal, but it was taken comfortably by the Verde goalkeeper. On 72 minutes, Verde had a great chance to double their lead as Yuya Fukuda was left unmarked. But Kenta Nemoto managed to get himself back and keep the score at 1. Despite that, it was still Verde who looked likeliest to score in the latter stages. On 80 minutes, Hiroto Yamami saw this effort well saved by Shusaku Nishikawa. It remained 1-0 at full time, as Tokyo Verde won a J1 League game at the National Stadium for the first time in 18 years. Sanfrecce Hiroshima were unfortunately eliminated from the AFC Champions League Elite in the round of 16. They took on Gamber Osaka, who have advanced to the semi-finals of the AFC Champions League 2. On their return to J.League action, Sanfrecce were keen to put their continental disappointment behind them. Akito Suzuki had this chance with a header in the 16th minute. Then in the 41st minute, Naoto Arai carried the ball up the left side, and from some way out, the wing-back went for goal. A first strike of the season for Arai to give Sanfrecce a lead going into the break. Gamber looked to fight their way back level 16 minutes into the second half. A loose ball from a corner fell to Shu Kurata, but his strike missed the target. 6 minutes later, Sanfrecce won the ball back high up the pitch, and Ryoja-man played in Sota Nakamura. His cool finish made the score 2-0, and that was the way it finished. Sanfrecce held on to their clean sheet, and more importantly a victory, to put the disappointment of their ACL exit behind them in front of a packed home crowd. Vissel Kobe have reached the quarter-finals of the AFC Champions League Elite, and their next task was an away game against Nagoya Grampus. It took just 12 minutes for Vissel to strike first, as Katsuya Nagato on the left found Ren Komatsu for the header. Komatsu's second goal of the season gave the away side the lead. It remained 1-0 going into the second half, but Vissel added a second in the 58th minute. Daiju Sasaki drove forward and found Yosuke Ideguchi, who scored again following on from his goal in the second leg of the ACL Elite round of 16. The The visitors had doubled their advantage. Nagoya were left chasing the game and did create a big chance in the 72nd minute for Katsuhiro Nakayama. Another opportunity came 10 minutes later, with a cross sent in for Yudai Kimura. But he too was unable to pull one back. Vissel survived these scares and struck again themselves with 3 minutes remaining, when a loose ball from a cross fell to Katsuya Nagato. His powerful volley sealed the victory as Vissel Kobe defeated Nagoya Grampus 3-0, carrying on their continental momentum with a brilliant J.League win away from home. Like Vissel Kobe, FC Machida Zelvia have also advanced to the quarter-finals of the AFC Champions League Elite. They faced an away game against Kashiwa Reysol. The first good chance for Reysol came in the 24th minute. From a move down the flank, Yuki Kakita attacked the near post, but wasn't quite able to find the target. 5 minutes later it was Zelvia who attacked down the wing, and this cross found the Australian forward Tete Yengi. It was a first J.League goal for the new signing, to put the away side 1-0 in front. Zelvia took their lead into half-time and threatened again 7 minutes into the second period. Yengi went close to doubling the tally for himself and his team. Reysol showed some response in the 72nd minute as a through ball released Mal Hosoya for this attempt. But the equaliser was not forthcoming as the home side ended the game without scoring. A 1-0 win for Machida Zelvia away to Kashiwa Reysol. Now let's take a quick look at all the action from 4 other matches. The island of Kyushu is located in the southwest of the Japanese archipelago, and this weekend saw a Kyushu derby between 2 of the region's clubs, as V-Varen Nagasaki hosted Avispa Fukuoka. The first good chance came at a set piece for Avispa in the 7th minute, but Masaya Tashiro wasn't quite able to finish at the far post. V-Varen's best chance of the first half came in the 38th minute, when they won the ball high up the pitch for this attempt by Norman Campbell. The match went into half-time scoreless, but Campbell had another chance for the home side 12 minutes into the second period. However, he was denied by a fine save from the Avispa goalkeeper Yuma Obata. V-Varen continued to attack, and in the 74th minute, Thiago Santana was brought down inside the area to earn his side a penalty. Santana stepped up to take the kick himself and converted calmly to give V-Varen the lead with a quarter of an hour remaining. Avispa were desperate to avoid defeat on Derby Day and looked to fight back quickly. They soon created this chance with a header for the substitute Kazuki Fujimoto. Then in the 88th minute, another substitute went close as Sonosuke Sato fired off two shots in quick succession. But he was unable to find the back of the net even at the second time of asking. In the end, Avispa Fukuoka's efforts were in vain as V-Varen Nagasaki held on to win 1-0. A memorable victory against their rivals in the Kyushu derby. Last but not least, we bring you an away trip for FC Tokyo to Mito Hollyhock, the newly promoted club playing in J1 for the first time in their history. After a goalless first half, Hollyhock went close 3 minutes into the second, as Arata Watanabe completed a 1-2, only for his shot to hit the post. FC Tokyo then took their chance on the hour mark, as Sei Muroya connected with a cross from Kento Hashimoto. FC Tokyo had the lead. Muroya, who also played for Hanover in Germany, breaking the deadlock with a clinical volley. However, Hollyhock hit back immediately afterwards. Keisuke Tada held the ball up for Arata Watanabe. Watanabe scored 13 goals in J2 last season and finally netted his first goal in the top flight this year to instantly level the scores. The match ended level after 90 minutes and went to a penalty shootout, as per the special rules for this competition. The sixth taker for Hollyhock was the first from either side not to score. FC Tokyo, however, scored all 6 of their kicks to earn 2 points in the league table for victory after penalties. Here are all the results from match week 6. Kashima Antlers defeated Kawasaki Frontale to secure their 5th consecutive victory. There were wins for all 3 clubs that competed in the ACL Elite. Moving on to the provisional standings, where in-form Antlers are in top spot in the East, but Zelvia in second do have a game in hand. Now for the West, where Vissel Kobe, the J1 League champions from 2 seasons ago, have risen to the top despite having played 1 game fewer. The next round of matches will be held in midweek, when you can join us again for another highlight show. From me, Ben Mabley, and the rest of the team, thanks for watching and bye for now.